Oh, Ruiz. Okay. I gotta make sure I get this one on there. Yeah, I got you, boy. I got you. Boom. That means it must be going to be a good night. Doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be a good night. We're going to be positive on Dad's Workshop. We're not going to be negative. Positivity. Your Dad's Workshop. Billy. Oh, I don't know if I should talk about it, but um, I don't know, man. I had some choice words for a gentleman, and the gentleman didn't appreciate it. And one of his people came on and waited till he was off the chat because he knew you guys would shut him down. So he uh, he waited till the chat was off, and he said he had some nasty stuff to say about the channel and the video. You know, I'm not going to talk about him. I could say a million things. Trust me. Like he's low hanging fruit, so we're not even going to do it. He hurt my feelings. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm an honest person. They hurt my feelings first, and then I said some stuff, you know. But now that's all over. We're not going to deal with that anymore. We're just going to be positive here at Dad's Workshop and keep our. I was told live streaming is not for everybody. I disagree. I think it's for a lot of people. I was also told teaching is not for everybody once upon a time. And I was told that by people who, believe it or not, wanted to gatekeep teaching. You know, it's crazy. But I'm not worried about that anymore. Here we are at Dad's Workshop. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. I'm going to be quiet for a little bit. Everything's in the chat. I'll make sure I respond to all my regulars. Also want to shout out Billy, Ruiz, all my folks. Plywood, thanks for being here. Also want to give out a shout out to folks who aren't here. Gandara, Vitali, everybody who's shown love to the channel. So yeah. Yeah, appreciate you, Ruiz. Yeah, y'all make it worth it, you know. Let's do a little ASMR for here. Billy said some stuff that really encouraged me the other day. that at Ruiz. I'll make sure I go into detail on the Discord. So I'm not gonna not tell you. I'm gonna tell you everything. I know you will, man. I have to hold you back. I gotta like, you're like a pit bull. I mean, I'm having like Hey Ruiz, so I had to run out of town and go pick my son up. So now I have my son here. I had to spend a day out of town there. It was kind of on short notice, so that's where I was. Just explain that for sure. Sorry, man. It's a good angle. I like it. We do, man. Welcome, Trajan. Brian. Welcome back, Brian. So Rui said, "Hey yo, for real, Calvin, how is the saw coming along?" So I have a video I'm working on about the saw. Um, I tried to return it. Um, went through a lot of pain, a lot of ups and downs. Um, Suffice to say, there is a saw that arrived in the mail today. So we're gonna give it another go, and I will definitely be following up. Raja, welcome. I used to know how to say hello in Hindi. I can't anymore. Somebody taught me once upon a time. Shout out Raja. One of my favorite live streams. Really, really relaxes me, centers my mind. Thank you, Raja. Appreciate you being here, man. Seems to be flat. That's why I'm gonna drop it. It just occurred to me, Shar's not here tonight. Shar in the chat. Boo, Chardonnay, boo. Probably. She usually does. Let me go back in the chat a little bit. Homestead Rescue. Yeah, I watched that one, man. Homestead Rescue. Love that show. Yeah, but I started watching that one the other night, and the dad and the daughter kind of got annoying to me. I don't know what just happened. Um, yeah, so they are good at homesteading. They go around the country and they find people who are pitiful at it. Let me go here. Brian Noker said it's a family from Arkansas, from Alaska, excuse me, from Alaska, who travel the country and help homesteaders fix their foobar homesteads. Yeah, Brian Noker said Misty. Um, yeah, they're a family of homesteaders from Alaska. They built their whole fortune, like anybody in Alaska. Uh, and they go around and they find the most pitiful homesteaders across the country and they help them. And I've seen ones where the people framed the houses wrong. The last one, they had no water source at the house. They were driving an hour to the town to get 2.5 gallons of water to use every day. There you go, man. What's CCST? Daniel said scored 100 on my first CCST exam. Shout out Daniel because I hadn't seen him until this exact moment. Good job, buddy. What's CCST? Yeah, well, they're in the mountains, so they got no excuse, right? So, you know, and also in their situation, you could create water catchment and build a cistern on top of your house. There's no. So the comment was, and I got to do this in order. Brian said, "I live in the desert and have no water." You don't say. So yeah, this family that I watched recently on that show, Homestead Rescue, they were up in the mountains and there was evidence that there was other homesteads there that failed. So the lack of water seemed to be the problem. What you have to do then is you have to build a rainwater catchment system and a cistern on top of your house so that you have some gravity to fuel it or have a pump available. Um, really proud of you, Daniel. Let me go back to where Daniel talks about what it is. Closed caption spy technology, Ms. Heather said. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's not closed caption spy technology? Construction site safety tech. Okay. Okay. I think I had a friend that did that before. I had a friend that did that where he checked well, my friend checked like the amount of moisture in the clay when they compact it down. Yeah. Welcome to Dad's workshop, folks. Where we're chilling out right now. Just chatting. Let me see who's drop a word in the chat so we can shout you out. Appreciate you being here. It's all love here. It's all positivity. We got nothing mean to say about nobody. So don't be afraid to pop in. And don't be afraid to pop in if you think somebody's going to see you in here. Don't worry about that either. That's not going to hurt you. It does seem like Brian Noker says sounds like an OSHA job. So like a workplace safety job. Yeah. Usually it has to do with like the state. Yeah, probably does have to do with OSHA on a state level. Brian Noker says we don't talk about Bruno. Hopefully he's talking about the movie Bruno. Daniel, anybody who works in a hazardous industry has an OSHA job. True. No, we don't talk about Bruno, lol. Ruiz says, I love it. Druiz gets me. Man, he gets a lot of people, man. He's a personable dude. That's how he rolls. Billy Shoemate says, Heather, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Haven't you heard that from Calvin before? Oh, I didn't. I added that last part. Okay, I'll bite. What is Bruno? What is Bruno? Am I stupid? Should I know what that is? The H, you mean the aspiration? Horseshoes and hand grenades, Heather. I just accidentally scanned to someone else's live stream from my own. So I left my own live stream and ended up on somebody who was wiping themselves down with a towel. So I know I'm not the only one. Oh, I saw that movie. I just felt like it was like a pitiful, um, like I liked Coco better than that. I felt like it was kind of like similar to Coco in a way. Like they were trying to, you know what they do? They find something and they grab onto it and they can't get off of it. Which was worse. Bruno, another name for work. Yeah. Ruiz says Lilo and Stitch, best one, bro. Love that. Go hard on that. There's a live. Brian Nooker said animated or live. I wasn't aware that there was a live version of Lilo and Stitch. Or are we talking about Encanto? Oh my gosh, I watched not enough TV. I guess he said came out Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I was out of town. It figures I haven't heard anything about it. I sometimes don't. I don't sometimes don't. I never watch the news. The only time I ever hear about news is when I go to my folks' house. My dad will be ranting and raving about the news, so I get caught up on my news that way. Shout out, Dad. So LA, Calvin, thoughts um, on the city of LA? Oh, live action. See, I don't know. I generally think live action remakes of animations are weird, but um, I was a kid who watched live action animation combos like Pete's Dragon, where they had a dragon and then a little actual actor, and then cartoon interacted with the actor. Yeah. Oh, Los Angeles. Oh, and the riots. Without getting into politics, man, how do I tread this lightly? Ruiz said here, yeah, Brian, shit, ridiculous. Um, yeah, I'm all in favor of people exercising their right to freely assemble. I mean, the veterans that I have on the program put their lives on the line for that, you know. So, um, if you've done anything as a veteran, you've done that for the American people. You've put your life on the line for the freedom of us to assemble and freely speak and practice our religion freely. So, but then I saw a cop car burning, and I'm not going to put myself on either camp here, but I will say that I think you start getting yourself into trouble when you burn stuff and you burn private businesses and you destroy your own city. I lived in D.C. for 5 years, and it never recovered from the riots in 1968. People still had bars on the windows. Everybody was paranoid. There were businesses that never recovered. So, yeah, yeah, and we appreciate you, Ruiz. You're my dude anyway, but like we appreciate your service too and what you fought for. That's part of it. Yeah. So yeah, I think people gets a little dicey when you start burning private businesses down and destroying your own city. When you're an anarchist and all you're looking to do. I read um, if you ever read Hemingway before. Hemingway is a great writer, and one of the things that he said in For Whom the Bell Tolls, which is a great book. If you've never read it, I highly recommend it. For Whom the Bell Tolls. He said that he could handle the conservatives and the radical fascists, and he could handle the communists. But what he didn't understand were the anarchists, that all they wanted to do was thrive in chaos and watch people get harmed and watch things get destroyed. So, um, when it comes down to destroying private business and destroying property, I just stop. I draw the line, and also putting people in danger. I saw a girl doing, I don't know, the West Side fingers in front of a burning cop car. I was like, all right, this is just vanity right now. You're not serving any kind of a political purpose. You're getting the lights, is what you're doing. That girl, what I saw, she's getting the lights. I mean, it's weird because my father, as a very conservative guy, he didn't say anything about it. He used to be a very, very conservative person, and he's changed over the years. And I noticed he was very tight-lipped about it this weekend. He didn't have any comments either way about it because I think he knows how angry people are. There's a lot of very angry people. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, uh, this has happened in California before. Am I right? We've seen this before, and it didn't turn out well. It took a long time for LA to recover from that in 94 or 1992, right? Um, Stores, businesses, people were harmed, people were killed, people were beaten. Lawlessness in the streets for the weak and vulnerable is a very dangerous situation. Yeah. I worry for the children. I worry for the old people. I worry for the handicapped people up there. I mean, they could easily knock it down, but they don't want to Kent State. Someone Ruiz said not a protest, bro. And Noka said Saturday is going to be ugly in the U.S. Rocking on in here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're chatting too. We got 32 in the chat. Please do subscribe, click that like button. Appreciate y'all being here. Ryan Noker said we don't need to be fearful of our own country. Or not Noker, that's Heather. Sorry, my lady Heather B said we don't need to be fearful of our own country. I agree. I agree. Yup, but hey, bear your arms and defend your shit, Americans. It's yours, right? Okay. Ruiz said, I agree with that too. And I think Miss Heather agrees with that point too. Try to find points of common ground here. Yeah. So if a protest is going to be safe, a safe demonstration, bringing your children is a good idea. I remember back when the women protested a number of years ago. There were a lot of children out there. So it seemed to work out. I didn't hear about any children getting harmed, but this is not a safe environment to bring your children to. I guess it's like the equivalent of that there's going to be a huge brawl, and you want to teach your children how to fight. You bring your children to the brawl. It's not really safe for children. Children don't understand that. Let me go back a second. Got a lot going on in the chat here. Brian Oak said people are bringing their kids to the freaking protest. Heather said, and lots of people don't buckle their kids in, can't account for bad decisions, but I can't hold bad government decision responsible. Yeah. So I think actually in some ways we have people treading the line here. And I want to make sure I don't go over too much 7 o'clock because I know a friend of ours here, a friend of ours is having a live stream, and I don't want to cut into his live stream traffic, really into his audience share. I don't think so. We saw the theft on. This is Miss Heather. I don't think so. We saw only the theft on TV, so we could demonize the area. I think she means the protesters. The resilience doesn't make good press, right? people being peaceful out in the streets doesn't make good press. It doesn't make the news. The news makes the news. Okay, here's one right here. I've got a story for you. Back in not 1999, in 2000, I was in LA during in August of 2000 when there was a lot of violent protests going on and tear gassing of people. I was out there, but I was on the other side of the fence because I had credentials, and I was taking pictures of protesters with these little coffins all along this fence, and they were all screaming at me. The LAPD SWAT team was right behind me, right? But they thought I had press credentials around my neck, so they were letting me take pictures of these protesters. They were all screaming at me, "Take my picture, take my picture." So I went down this line, and I got the greatest photos you could ever take of these protesters on this fence. And then the LAPD came over, these SWAT team guys who I'd seen on TV before. That's how famous the SWAT team is. They came over and they checked my press credentials, and then they knew this. I had all these credentials on my neck, but none of them was press. I was just there. Like, I had some really expensive credentials, but it wasn't press credentials. So then they kicked me out. But before I got out, there were people climbing the fence trying to get me to take pictures of them. It was crazy. And I brought the roll of film back and processed it by hand. And actually, I messed up some of the photos trying to hand roll it. But that's what we did back then. We took photos and took them to a dark room. Are you Ruiz? Ruiz said martial law gets initiated in Cali, and I am going by duty. Um, are they? Are you reserve? Are you? You're in Texas, but you're what are you, Army Reserve right now? Are you still in the reserves? Oh, okay, that answers my question. Just use your best judgment. I trust you. You're a good dude. If anybody I would want in a uniform in front of me, it would be you, because I know you're gonna use your best judgment. Yeah. I'd love to keep going, guys, but I actually promised folks that I would wrap it up earlier tonight. I wanted to make sure I give some room to Delon's handmade to do his chat and his live stream. Appreciate everybody being here. I will be back tomorrow about 11 o'clock to pop in and check on everybody. And love you all. Appreciate you all. Please jump in the Discord chat and I'll explain some extra things to you. Appreciate everybody. Love you all, no matter what your position on issues is. Doesn't matter to me. Um, uh, I appreciate being your friend and you being my friend here and being around. So yeah, you guys have a great night. Pop into these other live streams and say hi and be friendly and always do the next right thing. I'm sending positive vibes your way. Love you all. Hug somebody, do the next right thing, and we'll be back next time.